What's up, guys? It's Mitch from Mindset Fitness. I'm really excited to be able to share with you the next big step that Mindset Fitness is taking. And what I'm going to be doing is, just to make it clear and simple, is a 3-week change. I'm switching completely all my supplements from what I used to be taking to Advocare supplements. And if you haven't heard of these guys, it's a very top quality company. It's been around for a long time. It's endorsed by a lot of guys like Drew Brees, quarterback of the Saints, who I love, and there's a lot more professional athletes that take this stuff too. And just the testimonials alone from what the supplements can do is just outstanding. So what I just decided to do is to completely change up my supplements, take you guys through about 3 weeks of training, which is a normal cycle for me. I switch off between first week of strength training, second week of more hypertrophy based, like 12 to 15 reps, and then the last week is just an all-out explosive 15 reps to 100 reps per set. So it just annihilates my muscles. So I'm targeting the type 1 fibers, type 2A fibers, and type 2X fibers in those 3 weeks, kind of switched around. So start with the 2X fibers, if that makes sense. But anyways, I wanted to kind of show you guys everything that I'm doing. This is kind of like an intro, so I'll show you the supplements that I was taking, or that I am taking right now, and then what I'm going to be switching to, so you can see exactly what happens. And I'm going to be tracking my progress completely the whole time. So you can see my strength gains, you can see my size gains, before and after pictures, videos, all that stuff. So it should be pretty exciting, and I'm excited to see the results just from everything that I've heard about this company and I've heard about the supplements. So stay tuned for that, and we'll get started. Thanks. Okay, guys, here it is, day one. These are all my supplements that it's like combined from what I used to take and everything that I'm going to be switching to. I know it looks like a big mess right now, but I'll explain everything here. So let's start. This is the first pile. This is all pre-workout stuff. The middle pile is more intro workout, and the last pile over here is all the post-workout stuff. Everything in the middle back here is some of those regular supplements that you take throughout the day, so they don't really fall into any other category, but I'll explain those too. Alright, so we'll start over here at the pre-workout. What I like to do before, I like to kind of mix up my own pre-workout stuff. So I would have beta-alanine, I don't have arginine right now, then I would mix in creatine, maybe a little bit of caffeine, if my body was okay with it. For some of you guys, you probably don't know that I used to take a lot more caffeine, especially in my supplements, and what used to happen is that my body would kind of reject it. My heart rate would go through the roof a lot more, and I felt worse when I took it. So what I decided to do is just kind of cut it out almost completely. So these are what I'm going to be switching to. I feel like creatine is always a must, so what I'm going to do is add a little bit of that. Some of these supplements from Advocare already have creatine in them, but from what I aim to do is get about 10 grams of creatine pre-workout and post-workout. So whatever I don't reach with these, I will add from there, just to maintain the balance that I have. The beta-alanine, I'm going to keep out for now. It just adds a little bit more endurance too, but I just want it for the sake of these 3 weeks, I want to just do the Advocare stuff to really see that it really works. So moving on, I'll explain these a little bit. Muscle Fuel, it has a lot of different stuff in it. If we can read the back here, you can kind of see this. About 5 grams of total carbs. There's a little bit of arginine in here, 2 grams, actually a lot of arginine. 3 grams of creatine, so some of my creatine will come from that. Glycine, green tea extract, all kinds of good stuff in here. A little bit of caffeine, a little bit of branched chains, so it's a good mixture for pre-workout. This Mass Impact has it's a little bit more creatine, and you can see in the middle on the front it's an amino acid supplement. So this is a good branched chains. You take it before. There's the differences. I don't know if you guys can see that. 3 grams of creatine, 3 grams of other amino acids. And alright, so that one too, we're going to be adding that together with the Muscle Fuel. This is all part of the Performance Elite line, these two. Actually, these three. I was playing this one too. You add muscle strength in there too, which is also part of that same line. Just to help increase muscle strength. Obviously, there's a lot of different stuff in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Some long words. Calcium B, Suma extract, green tea extract, maca root, stuff like that. So I'll be adding that with it in the back. And Spark is probably one of the biggest supplements from Advocare, for the most popular supplements. It's like, you have those energy drinks at the store, which are horrible for you and crazy, and they make you insane. And then you have Spark, which is on the opposite end of the spectrum. That's a little bit of caffeine, but just a ton of vitamins and nutrients that help you feel energized throughout the entire day. And from what I've taken to this already, it's just amazing. And it tastes awesome. Not many fruit punch flavors can pull it off, from my personal opinion. If I see a flavor of fruit punch, I usually stay away from it, especially from a supplement point of view. But this one is actually freaking amazing. So I'm going to be doing that, stacking those together for my pre-workout, every workout, 5 days a week. I'll be giving you guys a detail of my training here in a little bit. Okay, in the middle, I believe in taking branch chains before I work out, all the time. During my workout, excuse me. I like Atomic 7 from Universal. This is what I've been taking. I believe it gives me about 10 to 15 grams. Yeah, about 15 grams per serving that I just put in water, and I drink it throughout my workout, because those branch chains will kickstart protein synthesis and everything that I needed. And I love this brand. I trust Universal. It's one of those that I will always keep just because I trust it. And branch chains are branch chains. I mean, if you have a good quality supplement, you have those 3 amino acids that support muscle growth. You want to keep those in there all the time. And there's also other products from Advocare that do this too, but I'm going to go ahead and keep that in there just because I believe in it completely. And what I'm going to add to it is my Rehydrate. For those of you that don't know, I live in Arizona, and it's the beginning of summertime, so it's freaking hot outside. And I sweat a ton, and the gym's hot, and everything's hot. You walk out to your car, it's hot, you're sweating, losing electrolytes, and this is perfect, especially for summertime now I go into this. Electrolyte balance, optimal hydration, supports recovery, and mango pineapple is a pretty awesome flavor. So I'm going to be adding that to my intro workout just to supply those extra nutrients for when I'm the ones that I'm losing while I'm lifting and sweating and all that stuff. All right, post-workout, the important one. I used to take about 50 grams whey protein, which I'm going to try and keep around that same amount just to keep my body normal. I don't want to change things up too much. I just want to switch my supplements around and see what happens. Glutamine I always believe in, especially after about 5 to 10 grams of glutamine right after the workout. I mix this in the same shake. And then, since this protein doesn't come with much carbs, I believe in carbs completely after your workout because you have to replace your glycogen stores. So your body can actually use the protein to build your muscles and not switch the protein around and turn it into glucose. You don't want to do that. So that's just a basic this cytocarb from I believe Vitamin Shop is where I got it at. But I tend to change up those brands. I mean, sugar is sugar. You have the maltodextrin or dextrose. That's basically what it is. And I'm going to be switching to these guys. Muscle Gain. They're both a protein supplement. This one has a little bit more, as you can see. There's 25 grams of protein, 25 servings, and it's just a quality-based protein. There's whey protein, there's a little bit of a mixture of different types of protein in there, but you have that fast protein too. And this one's more important, is the post-workout recovery, which is completely for your post-workout. It has a little bit less protein in it, but for the recovery standpoint, it has the 38 grams of carbs, which you can see right there. So what I'm going to be doing in order to get my 50 grams of carbs, I'm going to be taking about a serving and a half of each of these. So I'll get enough of my sugars from here, and I'll get my protein combined. So I'm going to be completely switching to that, and I'll see how I feel. And what I'm also going to be doing, I'm going to keep my glutamine in there. I believe these have a little bit of them, but just to increase it to what I normally take in, I'm going to add whatever's left. I'll do the math on that later. And the last group is some of this is part of the 24-day challenge. And if you've seen Advocare before, this is the biggest challenge that they have. It's the best-selling products for people that are losing weight, and you cleanse your system, you get everything in your digestive tract in order, so it absorbs all the nutrients that you take in. So some of these are from that, which I'm also going to be adding in, because it can't hurt. So we'll start with this top one here. Here's the nighttime recovery. It has a little bit of ZMA, and if you guys have heard of ZMA, it's zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6. I don't believe the vitamin B6 is in here too, but they pretty much, when those are together, they help to increase your natural testosterone as you sleep, especially the first few hours of your sleep, and growth hormone too. So that's a huge one to take, especially if you're lifting and you're breaking down muscle. So that's happening right before bed. Here's these two are part of the 24-day challenge. This one I don't take until after day 10. It just promotes maximum energy, supports weight management, provides core nutrition. It's just a good max energy, I believe. Yeah, so it just gives you a lot more energy. So I'm going to be tackling this a little bit more later on in the program, about day 10 or so, and I'll run you guys through that. The herbal cleanse, which I took this morning, it's just like a fiber. There's a fiber drink in there. There's a couple pills that you take later on and during the night, just to kind of get your system nice and clear, so everything absorbs correctly. And I believe in, you always have to have a supplement like that, some sort of probiotic that helps out with all that stuff. It's just mandatory for all the amount of nutrients that you're going to be taking in, especially when you're building muscle and training a lot and eating a lot. That's what you need. And down here you have Catalyst, which is a branched chain amino acid product. I'm going to be taking this 3 times a day, so I'm going to have like a rapid supply of amino acids all throughout the day to support my muscle growth, along with my regular branched chains, which is a lot more. This is a little less serving, but I get to spread it out throughout the day. Omegaplex, if you guys haven't heard of this, these are basic omega-3s. Oh, I guess I shouldn't say basic, because, this one was actually featured on Dr. Oz as one of the best omega-3 supplements you can possibly take, because it's completely proven. All the science backs it, and it's actually some of the omegas that you could take may not have 100% of that in it, and this one does, completely. So, supports a healthy heart, supports getting rid of the bad fat and replacing it with the good fat, or it's protecting your good fat. And here's my multivitamin. I love Swanson vitamins. They're awesome stuff. I've been taking this for a long time. They're really quality. They do a lot of research on it. And just my basic multivitamin for now. So I'm going to keep that the same. Nothing crazy about that. And the last one back here that you can see is a meal replacement shake. This also goes with the 24-day challenge. So this is added in later on, or it's optional at first. I don't really have a whole lot of meal replacement shakes right now, but I will be adding that in later on. So you guys will see that, and I'll explain that too. So those are my supplements. Seems like a lot, but I'm switching everything out like I just said, and I will explain my training next. See ya. Hey guys, it's Mitch. I'm actually on my way to the gym right now, so I'm going to explain what my training is going to be for the next 3 weeks during this whole supplement switcheroo that I'm doing. So what I want to keep things as simple as possible for what I normally do. I'm not going to change anything up. I'm not going to do anything crazy, especially with my diet as well. It's all going to be the same. I like doing. The reason why I decided to do 3 weeks is because that's a normal 3-week cycle for me when I'm training. I do about 4 of those cycles. So 3-4 week cycles, and then I usually take a week off, and that's how I've been training for a long time. That's the way I like to train, and it keeps it different each time. And I've done a video about this before, but just for the purpose of this, I'll explain it again. The first week is a strength week. All weeks are going to be trying to build as much mass as possible, because that's the goal. That's the main goal that we're trying to accomplish, is to build as much mass as possible and still stay lean. Excuse me. Anyways, so the first week I'm lifting heavy. I'm still concentrating on my form. I'm still doing everything I need to do as far as squeezing the muscles and feeling the muscles work, but the weight is a lot heavier. So I'm going to be pushing for about probably 8 reps at the minimum. It'll be 8 to 10 reps every exercise. So I'm not doing any supersets. I'm not doing anything crazy like that. It's just I pick out a few exercises. I have back today, so I'll probably have 4, maybe 5 exercises in there, because my back usually just needs to be murdered. I just have to completely destroy it to see change. But so my protocol for reps are going to be around 8 to 10, and that's basically it for the first week. So that's what I'll be going through this first week. I'll explain next week when we get there. But that's what I'll be doing today. So Monday is back and biceps heavy. I usually train my biceps twice a week, which you'll see. And it's completely different both days. It's going to be a little different, but this week I'm going to kind of play it by ear to see how I feel. Today, since I want to put all my effort into back and lifting heavy, that's what I'm going to do. So I may not even get to biceps today, but we'll see. I'll see if can show you guys a little bit of my workout and what I do. But as far as my training and all that, it's all gonna stay the same. This is what I've been doing for a long time. I want to keep all those the variables that I can the exact same, and the one that's going to be changing is my supplementation, because I want to see what it can really do. So that's exactly what's going to happen. So I'm almost at the gym right now. I'm going to hit back really hard. Got to get motivated. The next 3 weeks are going to be pretty crazy. So I'm excited to see the change, and I'm excited that you guys are following as well. So. And thank you for that. But I'll go over my nutrition next. Talk to you guys later. Peace. Okay, so for week 1, I'm going to be going over my nutrition a little bit for you guys, so you kind of get an idea of what I normally eat. I'm not going to change up anything really that drastic over the next few weeks. Just my basic stuff that I normally eat. I usually have about 3 shakes a day, and then like 4 solid meals in between there, so about 7 meals a day, give or take. Sometimes, when I'm not as hungry, I don't really force it. I just kind of go off of how my body feels, and other days I get even more than this, so it just varies depending on how I feel. I had a shake this morning. It was a mixture of about 50 grams of protein, some spinach, blueberries, a little bit of oats, just like mixed in water, and a little bit of peanut butter too. So it was a nice mixture of stuff for breakfast. My next meal, this is ground turkey and eggs, about 6 to 8 ounces total, which gives me a little over 50 grams of protein there. And then I just have a cut up apple with that. So a little bit of sugars there. Then I work out right after. So I tend to try and keep my carbs somewhat low. I just keep them from fruit. I don't really take in a whole lot of complex carbs, just because it decreases your focus right before you work out. And I can explain more of that in another video. But the next meal is just chicken and brown rice. See that in there. Just basic stuff. I don't get too fancy with my food. I marinated this one a little bit. When I start dieting down, I usually stay away from the marinade. A little bit less fat and stuff like that. But basic chicken and brown rice. I kept it simple this week. The next meal is tuna and rice. You can kind of see it in there, just mixed up. I hate tuna that's just dry, so once I heat this up, and there's green beans in there too, so it gives it, it makes it easier to eat, even though there is a lot of food there. That's probably my biggest meal of the day. It's harder to get through too, but I just want to, when I add tuna in my diet or any kind of fish, I want it to get down the pipe easy. So my next meal is, I didn't bring the almonds over here, but I have 50 grams of protein and about 15 almonds or so, which give me those little extra healthy fats throughout the day. And I also take my omega-3s throughout the day too, so that's plenty of fats in my diet. And then the last meal before I go to bed, which I have some veggies in the fridge that I'll probably add to this, which is just a chicken breast, nice sized chicken breast, about 8 ounces or so. 8 to 10 ounces of regular chicken breast, and have that with a couple cups of veggies before bed. And usually this is the hardest meal to get down. By the end of the day, I'm just like, oh man, I just want to go to bed. And sometimes this meal doesn't happen until about 11, sometimes midnight. If I try and get to bed by 1, that's when that last meal gets in there, depending how busy the day is. But that's a basic overview of what I'm eating, and it's going to be that same thing every day, the whole week. Next week I'll probably change it up a little bit, but just so you guys have an idea of what I'm eating. This has been the exact same thing. I've kept this kind of routine, about 7 meals a day, for the last year or so. So nothing's changing drastically.